apparently I'm actually broadcasting, but whether there's any sound or not, apparently it's
Well, try opening up the stream on the other computer.
there's no speaks on the other computer, my dear.
You can still see it from chat. So that was the whole point.
I needed to see whether there was any sound, but I suppose we'll find that one out soon. Okay, yeah. Well, it seems to be working. Okay, right, okay, so we'll have a go. Here's just a little tour of my my lovely park that I've made. Let's go to the entrance. I suppose that'd be a good place to start. Where is the bloody entrance? I've lost the entrance to my park. That's never a good thing. Oh look, I think we're coming back to the entrance now. Okay, there's the entrance down there. So we come into my park. We got the entrance right there. We got some toilet blocks. We got some lovely little like shops and that. We got this little ride which does. Let's see, we'll turn him on as we go. Let's see what he does. He's like a spinny thing. Looks a bit sickly. I possibly wouldn't want to go on that. I don't like things that go round and round, so yeah, that's possibly not the best ride there is. We've got the vertical drop coaster. Let's take a check on this one. We'll ride this one then. There goes the floor. So this is like a vertical drop coaster. Now believe it or not, the hardest bit about all of this and the bit that takes the longest is the scenery. It's a right royal pain in the backside, to say the least. There, that's when I normally hand it over to Tony and say, here, decorate my park. Although I've done most of the scenery so far.
You did not do the rock pool.
On this. No, I didn't do the rock pool. But I've done most of the scenery. It's getting dark, but I've done pretty much most of the scenery on this park. It's been a labour of love so far. But I will get it completed. It's okay. There's no buffering on mine.
Only on there, it's not buffering on mine, no.
It's very good of it there. Okay, down through the hole. Out through the other hole. Okay, round a little corkscrew, or not a corkscrew, an barrel run, I should say. Out and round, out to the finish. So that's that ride. I might as well leave it testing. It's not going to hurt anything. Next we have this ride. This is called the Flight of the Phoenix. I don't know why I called it that. But it'll do. It's still getting dark. Off we go. So we're off out here. Sorry about the noise. That was a terrible throw on my behalf there. Okay, so this is your Flight of the Phoenix. For anybody that's watching, please feel free to chat and say hello. We're just, hey Granmy, how's it going?
Hi Grammy!
I hope the volume's okay and that you can hear. This is, I'm just trying out my new setup. So I've now got one PC in the corner that I can see the chat on. I've got my main gaming PC set up that I'm now streaming from. So, yeah, hopefully it's all going to run nice and not cause too much upset. So far, so good. So we've got two coasters so far that are running extremely well. They seem to be anyway. They don't seem to be causing any problems. Which is, that's good. It's all good. So yeah, this is the flight of the Phoenix. It's meant to simulate flight, I suppose, but it's not my best coaster in here, I don't think. The best coaster in here, I would say, was the one that my 11-year-old son designed, which is an absolute awesome coaster. The Tristan Twister, it's called. So, as you can see, that's that little one. It takes you back round nicely into the station there. Okay, so that's that ride. That works nicely. Let's go for then. Okay, what was that one? I believe that's the ride. Oh my God, I've got too much going on in this game. The roller coaster game is brilliant. I love this game. Alright, let's have a look and see what this one does while we're here. Some of these I've not even seen what they do, so we'll check it out on the camera. I don't want to be in it. Let's get the cinematic view. Yeah, that looks a bit scary. That looks to me like it's like a giant swing, isn't it? Really. I'm not sure I'd particularly want to get on it, but hey ho. Oh, I love to ride them in real life, Granny. That's one of my things. I'm afraid I am a huge roller coaster fan, massive adrenaline junkie. So let's have a look at. We'll set this one going. Oh, it would help there if I actually set it to test. Otherwise, we'll just be sitting there in a vehicle that's not moving very far. So this is my flight sim. You could liken this to what Alton Towers have and it's called Air, which is basically it's a laying down roller coaster. You're laying down flat, facing the floor, so you get the experience of flying. I've actually ridden one of these, and yes, you do get the experience of flying. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So Alton Towers have just turned their one of these into a virtual reality jobby, which I should be going in October, so I will be riding it. I will probably need a clean pair of underpants by the time I come home, but that's half of the fun. So the upside down part is awesome. Has to have loops in it. Although saying that, they have a ride at Alton Towers called Rita, which propels you from 0 to 70 miles an hour in something like 2.5 seconds, and there's no loops in it, but it's the sheer exhilaration of being chucked out of the station at that sort of speed. So I'd love a coffee. Look at that, getting on with coffees from the wife as well. Can't be bad, cannot be bad. I think that's just about coming around to the end of this one. It's through the floor again. Yeah, so this one just rolls gently into the station there. So that's my flight. Well, my kind of flight. Through here we have I don't know. This is called the American Arrow. I don't know why. I think it's just a name that was on it, and I didn't change the name. If I'm honest with you, I bet this game would be amazing in VR, Grammy. I would love this game in VR. I'm seriously thinking now I've got a system that can cope with it. I was very, very tempted at going out and getting an Oculus Rift or something like that. I mean, I've got the VR for the PS4, so it might have to be something that's done. We'll have to wait and see. At present, I'm happy with the setup I've got. If I go and buy any more, I think Tony might have something to say about it, and I might have my bank card taken away, which is probably a good thing actually, with the amount of money I've spent lately. So I think there's so much you can do in this game. I've recently got Conan Exiles as well, so that's one we're going to have a look at and see if that's any good as well. Won't know until we try. I haven't actually played it yet. I've got a few strategy games, which I must admit I do like the old strategy games, and they're just not as good on the PS4 with a controller. You need to have the mouse, really. I know they do a mouse for the PS4, but when I've got a PC it doesn't really make any sense to go doing that with a mouse. You know, with a PS4 I might as well just stream games that need that from the PC here. Oh yeah, as you can see, this is just another. When this one I tried to get to go through the mountain. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice now. As you can see, it goes down through under itself. You know, it didn't sound too healthy. You know, it sounded as though I was going to
Watch this video with the VR phone headset.
you could, but you wouldn't get the full 360 view and stuff like that because it'd have to be recorded. Although there is a way of turning the videos that you make into 360-degree videos. So I suppose, by rights, yeah, you probably could watch it with a phone headset. So we went a bit glitchy there. It's something that I'd need to try before I'd know. That one runs fine. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see what we got here. We've got a little ride. That's like a little twister. You in the States might actually call it something different. It's like I don't know what you'd call it, a whirligig. As I said, we call it in the UK here. We call it a twister. They're found at most fairgrounds. So I'm assuming that's what this is. But we shall see. Yeah, it certainly looks like a good old-fashioned twister. Well, it looks to me those arms are jointed, so I should think at some point they're going to raise up. Oh, that's a good view. Yep, up they go. Yeah, that looks pretty tame, actually. I'd have a go in that. I'd go on that. Why not? So, okay, we'll leave the train till last. Let's see. In here we have my log flume. We'll open up the log flume. This is called Chopper's Creek. What a name. Chopper's Creek. Okay, this is a nice joke's quite a long ride, actually. Hey Mike Young, how's it going? He died in Noir, did he? Did he move on to the next stream? Well, I hope you like roller coasters, Mikey. Maybe we'll try it with this video. See if I can use that. Oh well, give it a try and let me know how it goes, Grammy. Hopefully it'll work out. I mean, I can set on my PS4 once the VR headset is plugged in. I can choose to view YouTube in VR mode, so I may be able to try it with the PS4 headset and see if I could.
You've only just worked out how to do an overlay.
Maybe, yeah, I've only just worked out how to do overlays and things like that. Admittedly, I'm awesome, like man after my own heart. Then.
I love a one-person raid.
See, I love one-person moon raid. Lovely job. Always welcome here, Mikey. You know that. So, as you can see, this is not. It's not the fastest of rides. It's a nice, gentle, sort of tour through the park at the same time. However, what I do like in this, I mean, I was a roller coaster tycoon fan, When you rode the log flume on that, it was just, it's quite flat. On this, it bobs and it rocks. And I think that just adds that little bit, that sort of thing for me makes a game. You can see the trees blowing in the breeze. That makes a game. I would say, yeah, that would be interesting to know either way. Exactly, Grammy. That's exactly what I was thinking. So, roller coaster tycoon, Mikey. That was one of the best games of its day, if you ask me. The only thing I used to hate about that was the park limits. However, saying that on this one, I wish there were more limits. Well, look at that. Look at the moon on that. That looks brilliant. Yeah, I wish there were more limits because I've still got so much room in my park, and I'm running out of things to put in it here. It's that moonshot is amazing. We're going up for the final drop now. Oh, and it's daytime instantly. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out, Grandme, and see if we can, because that'd be good to be able to put that on the description as well. That'd be brilliant, and to let people know.
Hot, 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 hot.
Thank you very much, my dear. That was lovely. So, what we're going to do once I'm giving you a little tour around the park. Once we've done a little tour around, as you can hear, Tony loves that. Tony loves games that involve anything like this, making things, doing things like this. She loves anything like this. So I mainly got this for Tony, and then I got engrossed, and she's barely played on it, other than to do little bits of scenery for me. It is a complex game, and it can be quite tricky making some of the coasters.
It's not as straightforward.
It's not as straightforward as Tycoon, but you've got to remember that games are progressing a lot further, so you can expect that. Tony loves a good point and click game. I'm struggling to find any decent point and click games, to be honest with you. So that's this one. All it does now, it goes back round into the station. So okay, we've seen that one. Let's see what we got now. We've got the rolling river. Rolling, rolling, rolling. With the little dummies in. So off we go. It's very similar. It's just bobbing around the park. There's no big drops in this. It's another gentle river rapids ride. However, some of this, where we've done the rock pools and that, have taken so much time. Thanks to Tony, they've finally got themselves done. Because I'd have never have done it. I'd have never have been able to do it at all. But Tony is great at this kind of thing. So, as he says, the lovely tentacles, attack of the octopus. And Tony actually created this whole the whole water bit there, which you'll see more clearly as we go over on the train. I love the raft ride. Love the raft ride. Can you believe we actually got Tony? No, and Tony doesn't do rides, but we got Tony to go on the river rapids rides, and she was the only one to come off dry. I came off like an absolute drowned rat. But that is half the fun. Do you know what I mean? You go on the water rides to get wet. I certainly don't go on them to stay dry. So there we go. I put lights round. I put lights round halfway, and then I sort of duped them into like, ooh, it's got all dark, so we don't know what's going on. So we're just coming out of here now. We should be on a little. There we go. I believe we're on the way out of the tunnel now. Yeah, it's getting light again. We're coming out the end. I must admit, I try not to close my eyes, but it's sometimes very hard not to. We have one called Oblivion, which is a vertical drop roller coaster, and that thing, and no matter how much I try not to scream on the way down, I physically cannot go down this thing without screaming my head off. So there's a few actually. We've got about, well, there's Alton Towers. We're about 2 hours from Alton Towers. There's Chessington World of Adventures. There's Thorpe Park. Pleasurewood Hills, which is about 3 hours. That's in Lowestoft. Little white harmless people. Oh, Grammy, they're harmless enough. No, I know, they are a bit freaky. But they do their job. So you probably heard about Alton Towers. Actually, a couple of years back there was a massive accident there. Some girl lost her legs on one of the rides. It was quite nasty. Hasn't put me off going. I will be going on that exact same roller coaster when I go there. So we'll see what happens there. I could come back legless. We'll see. We shall see. It's at the end of the day, it's like I said to a lot of my friends, it was operator error. The chances chances of something actually happening on a roller coaster are pretty slim. So me and myself roller coaster in St. Louis, Six Flags open Mid-America. Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Oh, I've heard of Six.
A week later, it went
Six
off the
Flags.
tracks and hurt some folks. Yes, yeah, I have heard. I heard about that. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but I mean, it says when you go to get on the roller coaster that you ride these rides at your own risk. So, you know, I'm not gonna, if I get on it and there's an accident, that's basically all that you can see. They're coming around now. If I get on a roller coaster and it has a crash, I'm not going to go blaming anyone else. It's not down to them. I shouldn't have got on it in the first place if that's the case. You can't blame.
Graham says you've got to take a GoPro with you and film the rides.
Oh, definitely. I will do. You have to ask permission for obvious reasons, but yeah, I will definitely see if I can get a GoPro taken with me, because that would be brilliant. In fact, if you look on if you look on YouTube for Alton Towers, the POVs, they're all on there. Air Nemesis. Nemesis is awesome. The Nemesis 13. Is brilliant. 13. I am a seasoned Alton Towers fan. There's only, I think, the one coaster that they've got there that I haven't actually been on, and that is the Smiler. And that's only because I haven't been since they opened it. But this one is the same sort of track as the Smiler is. And I had to have it in here, for obviously. I'm not a big fan of water slides, I must admit, but that's because I can't swim very well. So that would be why I'm not a good fan of water slides. However, I love surfing. Figure that one out. Not very good at swimming, but I love surfing. Haven't died yet, so can't be that bad. So yeah, as I said, this is like the Smiler at Alton Towers with the obligatory. I tried to get two chain lifts in and a dropped there. This coaster I loved at Worlds of Fun, it's gone now. The Zambi Singer. It was moved to South America and became an attraction there. Do you know? They seem to sell their old rides on. Not the last time I went to Alton Towers, but the time before, they were actually closing the Corkscrew, which has been there forever. I can remember when they opened it, and I actually got to ride it, the last ride on the Corkscrew, and it was being sold and dismantled to go to Russia. So yeah, they're probably going to turn it into nukes or something. I don't know. Could be.
You can't say that.
I can say that. This is a propelled. See, I love about this as well. I mean, you've got queue scenery and things like that on it. So if you don't make your queues look nice, it doesn't get as good a rating basically. So now this is a linear propelled motor. Yeah, definitely need a waterproof one. But just my luck to get one that isn't waterproof.
Get electrocuted with your luck.
So this one has no chain lifts. This is all done by magnetic motors at the start, using pole to pole, so that basically it repels rather than attracts and pushes it at high speed out of the station. I've tried to keep it as kind of interlinked with this one. God, 70 mile an hour at max speed. That's fast for a coaster. It's very, very, very fast for a coaster. It's pretty awesome, though. So yeah, that's that one. As you can see, it's oh, there we go. It's through the batwing section. I don't know why they call it a batwing. It looks nothing like a batwing, to be honest with you. But see, I love ones that I love a roller coaster that's themed. If you see what I mean, I love one that's got, you know, underground bits and, you know, through the trees and that kind of thing. I don't like them to be bare. These parts up here we haven't done the scenery on yet, so as you can see, these rides are a little bit bare. But I like a roller coaster. Yeah, it's a barren planet. I like a coaster that, you know, has a bit of everything in. So that's a bit slow. Do you know, I nearly stalled going around that. I'd not noticed that. Okay, but it's alright, it makes it round. So as we move along down here, now what we're going to do is we're going to, we have what's known as a basilisk. Now this is a single rail coaster. I'd never heard of one of these before, but apparently this one, yeah, so you got to love the trees up close. And going underground, when you think your feet, the Nemesis is one where you actually hang under the track and your feet dangle, and you go under this bit and it looks as though your feet are going to hit the ground, and you try and lift your feet up to get them to miss the ground, even though you know that, you know, in order for your feet to hit the ground you'd have to be like 8 foot something. And then they probably wouldn't let you on the thing in the first place. So, but yeah, I love anything like that. Anything that gives you an adrenaline rush. I've done one bungee jump. It was great fun. They asked me if I wanted to go back up and do it again, and I got back up there and I couldn't do it again. The first time the bloke had to push me off because I was literally wetting myself and was scared to death. But saying that, it was such an experience, an insane experience. The adrenaline rush was something else. Like I said, I've not done one since. I would love to do another one, but I don't think I could. I've done my back in a few years back, and I think it would be too much on my back to do something like that now. I think it would actually kill me, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's exactly what you're saying, like you had too much time to think. I stood up there thinking, and it done me no good. The chap had to give me a shove. And he actually asked, and he said, "Do you want me to give you a little helping hand?" And I said, "Yeah, please." And he did. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to go for it again. So I went up there, and I couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. Yeah, definitely Grammy. Definitely Grammy. I fully agree with that. I've never tried free climbing. I can imagine it's quite awesome though. It's something I've never actually tried. So that's the basilisk. See, that'd be me, Mike. Right, we'll leave these little rides now. They look a little bit naff. That's like a flying carpet ride. Now this is my little lad, who is 11 years old. He actually designed and built this one. This is another linear motor one, but he's done such a good job at just 11 years old to be able to do this. I mean, like, at 11 years old, I wouldn't have been able to have done this. There's no way. He got it to run so intricately and so well combined within itself. I love his colour scheme as well. Black and yellow. Can't beat that. lovely.
How have you managed to do all that stuff?
Oh, because I have an asbestos mouth, you see. Asbestos gullet. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. And then round the last loop, he insisted that it had to have that last loop in there. Never mind the fact that it almost stalled and stopped it from making round. It had to be in there. Bless his heart. Oh, he knew what he was doing. He got it in there and it worked. So I couldn't really moan at him. Right, now this one here is like, this is what I was saying, this is like the Nemesis. So this one, if I show you a cinematic, you're sitting there and your legs dangle out underneath it like that, as you see. So you're literally free hanging. You can fit as many roller coasters in your park as you can actually get in there, grandly. Basically, until, as far as I know, it's until you run out of room. I haven't hit a build limit yet, and I've got a serious amount of coasters in my park now. So probably too many coasters in my park, to be honest with you. I never thought I'd say that I'd have too many coasters in my park in a roller coaster game, but I'd say it's quite a high possibility that I do have too many coasters in my coaster park, which is a bit bad. But not to panic. Okay. So we go down the main drop. I think I got this one to go underground as well. I can't remember. Around sort of an overbanked curve. And we're down. I think it's around a loop. A big old loop there. We're going up round the back wing section. Under the ground and out. Okay, I do believe now this is oh right, I can't remember what that was. That's a corkscrew. There we go, we've got an overbank curve there. Back down and through. I think this might be a 0G roll. That certainly is a 0G roll. There we go, another overbank curve back and round. So at that point you'd be like feet almost dragging on the ground there, and then back out to the ride exit. Now this one, I must admit, I didn't actually make this one. This is one of their coasters that I thought, you know what, I'm going to put it in, and with good reason actually, because it is a brilliant little ride. I love the way it's themed with the aircraft carrier. It just looks really good. The sound effects on it as well are really good. When you actually come back down to the aircraft carrier, you get a little screech of tyres as it lands as well, which is, it's just, like I said, it's little things like that that just make a game for me, that just make you go, do you know what, yeah, that's really good. That's yeah, that's nice. As you can see, even gets a little bit of a flyby over the past the tower there. The noises on this as well are much better than the old roller coaster tycoons. Here we go. Here's the landing. Lovely. So yeah, that's a good fun ride. What else we got? Let's close that screen now. I lost my mouse there for a second. It's never good when you lose your mouse, is it? We have, right, we've got, yeah, we're nearing the end of the park now. Okay, yep, we certainly are. There's the entrance. So we have a runaway train, which is obligatory for all parks. All theme parks have to have the runaway train. And this one is no exception. It wouldn't be a theme park without a runaway train. So I obliged and I put a runaway train in.
Oh my god, 2 of those are in the red.
Yes, 2 of them are in the red. It's a nice,
slow
slow ride that is suitable for children as well as adults and teenagers. So it had to be kept tame because it is suitable for children.
It's in the red.
No, it's in the red because it's too low. On this you get a fear rating, an excitement rating and a nausea rating. Nausea rating's in the green, which means it's good. The rest of them are in the red, which means although they're low, so they're not exciting enough, or there's not enough fear in them. But this ride's actually designed for children, so it doesn't want to be too scary. Silver Dolly City in the Ozarks had a train ride complete with actors who stopped the train and robbed it. That sounds awesome. That sounds absolutely wicked. I'd be on that without a doubt. Okay, down we go. Down we go. And through the tunnel. So as you can see, this one is it's nothing fast, it's nothing too quick. It is literally, yeah, it's just nice and gentle. And what we'll do to finish it off is we will just ride the actual train around the park, which does go all the way around the park. Now all the rides are actually turned on as well. Yeah, it'll give you an idea of, I mean, you can see as well the amount of space I've got there to do stuff with still it's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous the amount of room that this thing gives you to play with. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, it's not a fast coaster. It's there. Well, I don't know, they always do grab me. I don't know why. It's just every single theme park I've been to seems to have a runaway train on it. Always do. Whether it's called the Runaway Mine or the Runaway Train. It just seems to be every single... I can safely say, touch wood, I'm touching my desk now, that I've never ever been to a theme park that hasn't had a runaway mine train on it of some sort. I've got a path there that isn't even attached. What's going on there?
Is that a sporadic bit of path I've put in?
I think that could be one of Tony's sporadic bit paths. I think it's meant to run between those, and I'm not happy about that. I'm going to have to put that in. Just excuse me one second. I won't. I'm not having that. It's this path, isn't it? That's right. I can't have that doing that. Oh, look, it's too... Yeah, this is what's happened, you see. Let's see if we can't get it down. That's it. Yeah, that's good. Now we should be able to come back down. Look, if we delete that and that, I should be able to join that. That's better.
The Oliver's sleepwalking.
That's better. Right, okay, we've got a path. That should all be joined up again now. Right.
Really warm.
That's good. Right. It's no good having a path that no one can go on, is it? Right,
That's
so
unacceptable.
we should go round on the train quick,
And see my lovely water there.
and you'll be able to see the lovely watered area properly then Tony created. Go on. That's it. That's what we need to do. We'll sit there. And off we go. Just go through a quick round. As much as I like coasters, yeah, I hate Ferris wheels, Mike. I will not go in them. For some reason, every time I've been on a Ferris wheel, I seem to get sat next to the person that rocks the bloody thing. And you sit there, and they always seem to stop you right at the top.
Oh, that's Barry.
And then some idiot sits there rocking it like a complete fool. And I hate that.
That was
Absolutely hate that. Why's my train got blue smoke? Right, it's cool.
Are you okay now?
If you just bear with me 1 second, because my cat has just run out and she's not meant to be outside, so I'll be back in 1 minute.
I never saw her run past. Bloody animal. Nickel, get it. You are supposed to be at that end of the house.
Right, my apologies for that. She's a right royal pain in the butt. Yes, people do always rock it, mate. Doesn't matter who I get put on there with.
Barry's a sod for that.
Yeah, I like Barry. My old mate Barry is a so-and-so, and that. No, I don't like, yeah, as Tony said, I don't like cable cars either. Yeah, I must admit, that is one ride I will not go on. Here's Tony's lovely water area that she, as you can see there, look at that. It looks beautiful. They're going, hey!
I'd like to do that area as well.
Brilliant, looks excellent. With our own residential sea monster there as well. Oh, someone's burning something. I hope it's not me that's burning. So I think that might be my next door neighbour there burning some of this rubbish. She did do a good job, didn't she, Mike? She's done an excellent job around there. No, someone's having a bonfire or something. Where's the marshmallows?
Yeah.
Definitely. Can't have a bonfire or a barbecue without getting the marshmallows out and roasting them afterwards.
No. You have to be correct. In America, they're called s'mores.
Yes, sorry. In America, you call them s'mores. We just call them roasted marshmallows. It's good enough for us. And they're lovely. I believe they call them s'mores, actually. I'm not entirely sure what... I'm not entirely sure what a s'more is, to be honest with you. Is it like, please sir, can I have some s'more? Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know there. If anyone out there can help me with
Definition of a s'more.
yeah, the definition of a s'more. What is it? Answers on the back of the postcard, please. With a self-addressed envelope. No, I'm surprised I haven't had my flyby dislike tonight. Normally we have a flyby dislike. I know who it is. We all know who it is. Sooner or later they're going to get the rough end of my tongue. Seriously. And they ain't going to like it.
You're not coming in here, Cat.
So, but that's enough of that. I will save that for when they pop into my chat. And when they do, I will warn people now, all hell is going to break loose. See, I've never had a small... I just don't know what they are. I want to know. Call it my need to know. I'm intrigued. They say curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity's going to kill the Rick. I think we've all been in that position, right? I know I have, many a time. You can't beat them when they've gone all gooey and even to the point where they burn your mouth and you're like, oh my god, I've got a glitch like crazy there. Look, I'm actually going through ride supports. Decapitation, I believe there. Right, there we go.
Lies. Hashtag live.
That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. I might have to try that.
What is a small?
It's as far as Mike knows, it's 2 crackers on the outside, marshmallow and chocolate on the inside. Yeah, sounds like. I might have to go and get some marshmallows now. So I think we're actually nearing the end of the track now. You can still see all my other coasters zipping on round as we're going round there. They've all been doing their things. It's amazing what you learn from TV, mate. Most of the stuff I've learned from TV, so, and from doing it wrong in the first place, and from Tony saying you're doing that wrong, because that's what wives do, you know. So,
Wives always know best.
yep, wives are always right, even when they're wrong, which is never, of course, absolutely never. Tony's never wrong. So there we go. We're at the final stop. So that is my park. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at it. I'm going to ever so quickly save it because I know for a fact that I done that, didn't I? I changed that. So what we're going to do is I happen to know for a fact that Bone Junkie is streaming at the moment. There goes my coaster. Look, that, for those of you that don't know, this is what they call a bat wing section. As I said, it looks nothing like a bat wing. It looks more like a love heart, to be honest with you. Or like, you know, when you tie the shoelaces. Yeah, see, that's what I'd have called it, you know. There we go. TV is extremely accurate, Mike. We all know that. We all, you know. I've taught my kids everything they know from TV. No, I'm joking. No, I haven't. Right. Okay, as I said, I know for a fact that Bone Junkie is streaming a bit of the Conan Exiles at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a lovely little link in the chat there. If I could get all of my viewers that are watching at present just to pop over and pop into Bone's stream there and give them a hashtag tricky raid and let him know we sent you. Might actually help if I could type in my chat. For some reason I've got a problem there. I don't know what's going on with it there, so I have to reload sometimes before I can type. So as I was saying, let's try and get a hashtag tricky raid in there. It's still not typing in there. Oh, do you know what? It would actually help if I was typing on the right keyboard. Good old boy, Rick. It's still not going in there. Oh, thank you very much, Mud Puppy. Thank you very much. For some reason, it's
that one does too.
It's having a bit of a nightmare at the minute. Right. Okay. I think we've got that on. So if we head over to Bone Junkies, if you click the link up, I believe it's 4 messages up now. Head over to Bone Junkies, streaming Conan Exiles, and hit in there with a hashtag tricky raid. Thanks for joining us. We might come back with a little bit of a stream on the PlayStation. We'll have to see. Thanks for joining us anyway. I hope you like my park. Possibly come on and do a bit more on it maybe another night. Thanks once again. Take care.